We all have games that have changed us, a game you're connected to in a sense, and the ending had you staring at your screen just reflecting on what you just played, what you went through. We all have a game that when someone asks, what's your favorite game, your mind instantly goes to that game. Why is that? The first video game I ever played when I got a PlayStation 3 was Uncharted. My dad bought it for me, and it was my favorite game ever for an extremely long time. You follow Nathan Drake, and every game is pretty much just him hunting down a treasure with some extra story parts that I won't get into because it's like really long. You grow connected to these characters throughout all the 4 games, and when it ended, I just sat there looking at my computer screen in disbelief that literally the last like 8 years of my life that was connected to this game is over. And even if they were going to make another Uncharted, what would it even be? More treasure searching like every other game? Uncharted ran its course, and no matter how much I miss it, I'm glad it happened as it was a big part of me when I was younger. And that moves me to my next Naughty Dog game, The Last of Us. The Last of Us follows Joel and Ellie throughout the way through America, pretty much. Ellie is immune to the virus, and yeah, Joel has to transport Ellie to the other side of somewhere. I don't put much research into my videos, sorry. To get Ellie to a Firefly base or something to make a cure. Anyways, Joel kills everyone in the hospital because to make a cure, Ellie needed to die. That didn't sit well with Joel, obviously. So Joel gets Ellie out of the hospital and takes her away. When she awakes, she asks Joel,
"Swear to me that everything that you've said about the Fireflies is true."
I swear.
Okay.
and that's it. That's the end. We don't get an answer, and that isn't unsatisfying at all. It was quite honestly, in my opinion, a really great ending. We can interpret what happens after that ourselves. And the game was so perfect, I didn't need to know. Anyway, like 6 years later, they ruined that interpretation by releasing The Last of Us 2. Now, compared to everyone else, I actually really fucking love this game. Yes, the parts playing as Abby were a little bit boring as it isn't a character I'm familiar with or grown connection to over the years, but I believe they were vital to flesh out the story. The end of this game had me rethinking my entire life. I even picked up guitar playing again. I posted it on this channel. It's privated now though. This is so garbage. Elden Ring was the first game that really taught me a lesson, and that lesson was literally, don't give up. Like, literally, that's what it was. It taught me no matter how many tries and fails I put in the end, I always win. Now that sounds cringe as hell, but if you played any Souls game, you'll understand what I'm saying. Elden Ring made me feel like I can actually beat my challenges, and it made me feel completely different about gaming. Like, it teaches you a lesson, and I think more games need to do that. I know there's underlying messages in most of the games that you play, but Elden Ring makes a whole point on it. Same with other Souls games too, but Elden Ring just had something different about it. Same goes to Sekiro. Literally throughout the game, multiple times it tells you hesitation is defeat. Like, what does that mean in real life? Interpret it for yourself, I guess. But it's definitely some wise words. If you hesitate on your goals, you won't achieve them. In the end, you fight the man who tells you this, and that's it. It was another great ending. And on the subject of endings, Firewatch was an amazing indie adventure game that I fell in love with all the way until the end. In Firewatch, you play as Henry, who just got a new job being a Firewatch person. They look for fires and stuff. Henry starts exploring and starts to realize that this place isn't really what it seems to be. Henry's wife has early onset dementia, and he takes the job to get like away from his life or something. Anyways, there he meets Delilah on the radio, and it seems like they're gonna start having a romantic relationship. There is a missing boy named Brian, and no one has any idea what happened to him. Maybe taken by the government, or maybe worse. Eventually, and spoilers ahead, Henry finds Brian's body in a cave. It wasn't stolen or taken, he just died while unsupervised by his father, Ned. And all of the weird things happening around were just caused by Ned trying to scare Henry away from finding his son. A fire starts to consume the forest, and Henry starts to move to Delilah's lookout to escape. And you think they might meet each other for the first time, but they don't. Delilah is already gone, and Henry gets picked up in a helicopter and leaves, and that's the whole game. No interesting ending, no romantic relationship between the two, no victory in the end. And a lot of people thought the ending was unsatisfying or boring, and I can definitely see where they're coming from, but to be honest, it kind of makes the game seem real. Not everything ends in a great way, and it doesn't end in exactly a bad way either. It just ends. A very humane ending. Nothing interesting, nothing spectacular, just ends. It isn't over dramatized, which I kind of like. It makes you remember that not everything will end in a good way. Some things will just end. Everyone knows what Halo Reach is, and a lot of people are familiar with the ending. Reach is pretty much a game about a planet that is getting taken over by enemies. I'm just explaining it in a very simple way. In the last mission, you defend the last ship that leaves the planet in an attempt to escape. Noble 6, you, sacrifices himself to fight head on with the rest of the Covenant and die with honor. An endless wave of enemies will fight you until you die. Now, it is theoretically possible to survive forever as long as you don't die to the enemies and your Xbox doesn't turn off or something, but there is absolutely and completely certain death. No matter how long you survive, no matter how long you can fight off the Covenant, you will die. you will always die. And there is no way at all you can survive. Players tried to find a secret ending if you survive long enough or kill enough enemies, but no matter what, you die, and there is no changing that at all. And I think that's actually a really important lesson to involve yourself in. Before Noble Six dies, he decides to make a good decision, do good for the world. He let people survive, he saved people, and in the end, he sacrificed himself to save more. Now, I'm not saying go sacrifice yourself for others, but what I am saying is that you are destined to die. Like, literally, nothing is promised in this world except death. So I think it is purpose to do good in the world before your inevitable death. Sorry if that sounds a little fucked, but it's true, something we all need to consider.
Hello, I'm sick, that's why I sound different, my bad. I'm here to conclude my video. Pretty much my whole point in this video was that most games you play have meaning. That seems probably obvious. All of these games that I've listed have made me feel different about video games in their entirety. Obviously other games have made me feel something, but these were just like the main ones. I suggest or would like to motivate you guys to play these games. Also, most of my videos aren't this serious. I have no idea why I took a serious approach to this video. I just feel like a priest right now. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I still haven't decided if on an outro, so bye.